Day before your first game, you got a team for us?
No, not yet. But I think we have a good idea. We have plenty of options as to whichever way we want to go as well. So I think we can go in a multitude of ways, and I'm very confident in the team. We've got some great options. Good headaches to have.
I was going to say, has it been quite difficult to settle on that final 11 because you have so many choices that you can make?
Yeah, absolutely. Good problem to have, I think. Guys who've performed very well over the recent past. Some world-class players coming back into the team, back from injuries as well. So, which is where you want to be as a team. I think that drives performance on when you've got good players who miss out. That's generally the sign of a team that's going in the right direction.
And even if you can't give us the names, can you maybe enlighten us on the balance and kind of which way you're thinking in terms of extra batter or extra bowler? I suppose that's the key.
Yeah, I don't think it's sort of set on one particular way at the minute, and I think that could change throughout the tournament as well. I don't think we have to stick to a certain balance, and that's the only way we'll go. That could change game on game, or wherever we play, or whichever opposition we play against. We're very fortunate to have a number of our best batters are genuine all-rounders as well, who offer with the ball as well. So that gives you plenty of options, and absolutely gives you that luxury to go either way with an extra batter or bowler.
Hi Jos, you've had 10 competitive fixtures in the last month, trending upwards after a disappointing summer. Is this as ready as you'll ever be for a World Cup?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. I think everyone is chomping at the bit to get going now. We've had some really good games over the last, like you say, those 10 matches, and played some really good cricket. So on the eve of the tournament, we're very ready.
Do you go into this tournament as favourites, do you think, or?
No, far from it, to be honest. I think we're a dangerous team. We've got a lot of talented players who can win games on their own, and that's a huge thing in T20 cricket. It's hard to pick favourites, I guess. If you had to choose one, it's probably Australia in their own conditions, being reigning champions. But I think throughout the qualifying stages, bit of the tournament as well, you've seen anyone can beat anyone, and I think that will be the same throughout the next phase of the tournament as well.
And just how big a blow was it to lose Reece Topley? He's obviously seems like one of your most flexible bowlers who can bowl at any point in the innings. How difficult is that to replace?
Yeah, it's really tough, and especially tough on Reece himself. I think that's it's been, we're all so bitterly disappointed for him. The amount of setbacks he's had already in his career, and to come back and be in the position he's in, on the eve of a tournament, being in such great form, and to have that cruelly taken away from him is really tough. And so we're all really disappointed for him, and fingers crossed he'll get back fit as soon as possible and get back in an England shirt.
Jos, we've seen totals of around 150, 160 in the first round. You're looking to push the bar with all that talk of baseball and the kind of cricket you guys have played?
You just got to score one more than the other team. I think that's what we're focused on. Each venue will be different. I think it's people try and talk about how you're going to play, or what scores you aim for. Cricket doesn't allow you to do that. You've got to work it out on the day, what the conditions tell you in front of you, play accordingly, and try and beat the opposition.
Behind you, please, Matt. Hi, Jos. It feels like you've built momentum in the last few games, the last couple of months. Does the mood in camp feel any different to what it did in the summer?
Probably just more settled. I think that's maybe the main difference. Obviously, there's quite a lot of change happening. A change of coach, a change of captain, and not really sort of settled coaching staff as well. So I think I have a bit of time for everything to bed in, and I think that's been the main change. The squad feels very relaxed. It seems in a really good place. Like I said, there's no great expectations on the group, but there's a lot of talent in the team. So we're feeling a good spot.
Do you feel like you've got your feet fully under the table now as captain?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's, I've mentioned it to the players a lot. This is very much a new era for the English white ball team. I think lots of us have played in that past era, but it's, it's very much about looking forward all the time now for this group. How do we want to play as a team? What do we need to do in the next game, after that? And not spend too much energy looking backwards. I think it's really important to be that forward-facing kind of team, talk about the future a lot, and that starts with tomorrow.
Hi Jos, how tough an opponent do you consider Afghanistan to be, and do you think their spinners could pose a big threat?
Yeah, I see them as a really tough opponent. You look through their team, there's some fantastic players. Any side with Rashid Khan in T20 cricket is going to have a big say. So we give them huge respect, and we look forward to a really competitive game.
G'day. How's Chris Woakes? Is there some doubt as to has he got to get through training to be considered eligible?
Yeah, I think he's feeling good. He's obviously a key player for us. He's not someone you'd want to take a big risk on, but I think he's feeling good. Obviously, he'll take full part in training today and hopefully pull up well.
Behind you, George. And then we'll take one more from the floor, then we'll do some questions on Zoom. Dean, after this one, yeah.
Jos, how did you find the conditions when you played Australia here? And do you think that suits your team?
Yeah, we enjoyed playing it. I think it's a great stadium. It's a good cricket wicket. I think for both bat and ball, it offers a lot. So I think it sort of gives you the chance to play some exciting cricket. I think obviously the dimensions are stuff you have to get used to and be smart with that, both with the bat and ball. But again, we'll see how the pitch reacts. Those first couple of overs are really important in trying to sort of gain information and assess a pitch, and we'll try and do that tomorrow. But I think a few guys have played there throughout the Big Bash and that kind of thing and had experience, and just a really good cricket wicket.
And will your quicks, especially Mark Wood, target Afghanistan with the short ball? They seem to be perhaps maybe a little bit of a weakness there.
Oh, you only allow one bouncer and over, aren't you? So you can't bowl any more than that. But again, it's about seeing what's in front of you and bowling the lengths that you need to. I don't think it's something to get carried away with, especially I think there's a lot of the time if you can bowl at top of the stump's length against anyone, that's generally a good place to start.
Okay, last question in the room from Dean Wilson, and then we'll go to Zoom.
Well, you're obviously keen to look forward. I just wondered what you might have learnt from last year's experience, which the team obviously did very well to get to the semi-finals and looked very strong, but didn't get any further. Is there anything you can take that you can learn from that to help you on this tournament?
Only just how ruthless the format is, to be honest, and how much importance there is on every single game. I think South Africa didn't go through from our group having won 4 out of 5 games, so it's a really tough format. It's incredibly competitive, and we know that, and we expect that. So just to be fully focused on each individual game, I think is the biggest key from the way the tournament is set up.
Olivia, do we have any questions on Zoom? No? Okay, we're done. Thank you. One more here just at the end. Sorry, I apologize.
Sorry, Jos. The fact that the tournament is in Australia, how much, and it also brings back the bowlers into the picture compared to, say, the UAE tournament. How much does that give England and teams like Australia an edge over the other teams, you think?
I think there's a lot of fantastic bowlers throughout the whole tournament, and like you say, the guys who adapt to the conditions well. I know there's probably a bit of weather around throughout the tournament as well, so you might not get conditions you potentially expect as well. So I'm sure a lot of the bowlers like the size of the boundaries in Australia. I think that's one thing. You play in some grounds in India, for instance, which can be very tough on the bowlers with the distance of the boundaries. So I think that's one of the things, and it's how can you be smart to use that. And I think there's plenty of good bowlers in the tournament.